Our goal here is that you will fear less and enjoy more the food that you eat. And trust me, it's possible. If I say natural, what springs to mind? Sunsets, waterfalls, trees? Just like good stuff generally, right? Do you look for the word natural on the food products you buy? Do you maybe not look for it, but it's just there anyways? I mean, I know I see it all the time. Natural is on a lot of stuff these days. Consumer demand is pushing retailers to stock more natural products, with sales growth outpacing the total food and beverage retail market. These real niche products that were once only found in health food stores or specialty stores, well, they're now available in traditional grocery stores and even convenience stores. It's fair to say that hippie food has gone fully mainstream, and you know what? Consumers like it. The International Food Information Council, the IFIC, surveys consumers every year about how different labels influence their purchasing behaviors. According to the 2019 Food and Health Survey, more than 1/3 of consumers were swayed by a natural product label when shopping for food, more than those influenced by an organic or GMO label or anything like that. Not only are consumers vastly more likely to purchase a product with the natural label, but they also attach a wide range of characteristics to a product bearing such a label. So IFIC asked consumers which was healthier, a product with an all-natural label or the same product without the label. An astounding 1/2 of consumers surveyed perceived natural products were somewhat or highly likely to be healthier. Clearly, consumers believe all-natural food is healthier. But are foods bearing the all-natural label really better for us? It's easy to understand why consumers might think that all-natural products are healthier. Every day we see news stories about, pesticides in our food and contamination in our water. It's true, we are surrounded by chemicals and highly processed foods that do contain many artificial and synthetic ingredients. And we worry about the health and safety of our children, and we want some agency over that. We want to do something about it. Eliminating artificial ingredients and synthetic preservatives and colorants, it seems like a really good way to start to some people, hence buying into the natural labels. But the appeal of the all-natural label has deeper roots in psychology. We have a perfectly reasonable and well-founded fear of tainted products, particularly foods. The Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, was established in 1906 to address the rampant adulteration of food and the food safety issues that resulted. And that's a good thing. With that link to safety in mind, the word natural clearly has an emotional appeal for consumers, yet most of us, I think, would be really surprised to learn that the word itself, it's not actually defined by the FDA. The FDA does provide the following policy guidelines for food and beverage companies, though. The FDA has considered the term natural to mean that nothing artificial or synthetic, including all color additives regardless of source, has been included in or has been added to a food that would not normally be expected to be in that food. The FDA also did not consider whether the term natural should describe any nutritional or other health benefit. Since there are no strict criteria for the natural label, it can be applied to most packaged foods. And although it doesn't mean nearly as much as people think it does, it is a powerful marketing tool. But gentle reminder here, nature can kill you. The death cap mushroom looks, smells, and tastes delicious, but as the name implies, it could be the last thing you ever ate. Other foods like almonds, cherry pits, and apple seeds all contain cyanide, which can be lethal if consumed in excess. I mean, the word natural does not guarantee something is safe or healthful, period. Arsenic, asbestos, COVID-19, bears, all natural, all deadly. And back to that IFIC survey, it also found that consumers not only believe the natural label on a food package implies that the food is healthier, they also attribute all sorts of other positive characteristics to the food that may not exist. And because of how misleading this natural or all-natural label can be, Consumer Reports actually asked the FDA to just ban the use of the term on food packaging altogether. According to a 2014 survey, that organization found that more than 75% attribute specific meaning to the word, such as contains no artificial ingredients, artificial colors, or genetically modified organisms, or for meat and poultry that the animals were never given antibiotics or artificial growth hormones. None of that is necessarily true. So why do we love this word natural so much? Well, it's got its roots in the naturalness bias. This cognitive bias is just what it sounds like. It is a preference for products that are labeled as natural. Research has shown that people rate food products, soda, smoothies, bean dip, to be healthier and lower calorie when labeled as natural compared to the same type of food without the label. A naturalness bias also appears to have an impact on perceptions of unhealthy behaviors, suggesting that junk food bearing the natural label will be perceived more favorably. So again, the naturalness bias leads people to believe that foods with a natural label are better and safer than foods without that label. The reality, of course, is that anything we consider natural can be both good or bad for us, just like many things that don't come from nature. This video series is based on some fabulous articles written by my friend Jack Bobo over at futurityfood.com. If you want to check out and share his articles or other great content, follow the links below. And as always, thanks to my patrons on Patreon. We'll see you next time.